Good morning, fellow traders. Bubblehead here, and it's time for the Good Morning Market Prep for Tuesday, February 18, 2020. I hope everybody had a great extended weekend. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research. Everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only, not investment advice. Please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Well, let's take a look and see where we left off last week in the market. So SPX had a really strong week. We got out of this congestion zone with a nice candle, right, and pushed up really well. So let's see if that bullishness continues this week. It wouldn't seem that way with the Apple numbers. We'll take a look at the S&P future. We'll take a look at Apple here in a moment. We left off with an inside day on Friday, and we had this micro trend line working its way up right here. We had an inside day here, so it's kind of really on the edge, right on the edge of the trend line, inside day. So it's kind of one of those risk-off type situations. We could have gapped up, we could have gapped down. It looks like we might be gapping down this morning. Let's take a look at the S&P futures here, unless we can get some strength this morning. S&P futures down 13 points, mostly on the Apple news, which affected the rest of Asia overnight too. And one of the things that we could see is that, well, the Apple news is really important, right? Because one, it's one of the biggest companies in the world. It's definitely a cash-rich company, and they're reduced their revenue guidance just based on the coronavirus, of what they're seeing and what's going on in China. So that's a really kind of big deal this morning. So let's take a look. Let's activate this trend line from what we had from last night, and we had another push down, and we're trying to get up above it right here. We got a little bit of a trend box in the works here. So let's see if we can get above that. If we can close bullishly above that, maybe the bulls can try to start to fade that gap a little bit. So that's what we're seeing here. So let's take a look. First of all, let's take a look at Apple and see what it's doing this morning. We talked last night on the live stream of where it might go to. It's actually doing a lot better at 314. I was thinking worst case scenario, it would be at the 302 level. So that's actually pretty recoverable. I know it's down 10 points. It doesn't seem great, but we are holding this support level here. As we talked about this last night, some major support levels 313, 314. Below that, 302, we got the 50-day moving average. So I know it's a huge move down in Apple, but let's see if they can hold this ground right here and continue to work its way up, and then maybe we could shift this trend line up reasonably over the next couple weeks or couple days. Let's see how fast it recovers. Let's see if it's a dip buying opportunity or not. So we have that going on this morning, and of course that's affecting the rest of the tech market and everything. But we also have some earnings that came out. So we have Walmart released earnings this morning. Let's take a look and see how that's looking. So they had a miss on earnings and revenue, and they got a quick push down, but they recovered a little bit. They're barely below Friday's lows. So let's keep an eye on that, see if we can get a reversal out of it, or see what type of price action we get off of the 15 orb. Medtronic reporting this morning, so that's going to be on the radar. Another AAP, not AAPL, but AAP, Advanced Auto Parts, is reporting this morning. That could be an interesting one. That's typically pretty interesting, and can give a lot of times it gives big moves after in the NVIDIA earnings. So I know it's weird, but sometimes this thing will gap down big time and then reverse big time too. So just something to keep an eye on that one. Ecolab's another one that's got earnings this morning. They got a conference call later in the day. Kroger was down pre-market, but I'm not seeing too much of a down move here. It had a huge spike on the Berkshire Hathaway news. So let's just keep an eye on that on the radar here for today for the 15 orb, and just see how it behaves this morning. Another one too that was on the radar was AMAT. So they went ex-dividend this morning. They're also down with the market, so keep an eye on AMAT. And the other one I saw that kind of popped up on the radar was LRCX. That's down this morning as well. I think it's got China access to chip technology. So this is, obviously the Apple stuff is affecting this whole network, or this whole sector. So we'll keep an eye on that stuff today, guys, and we'll keep an eye on the futures. We'll keep an eye on our scans today. Really pumped about that, and hope everybody has a great trading day today. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. I'll talk to you soon.